All right, buckle up, buttercups.
Oh, yeah.
Because today, we're going full-on Freudian.
It's happening.
It is happening.
We are diving deep into the mind of the OG of psychoanalysis, Sigmund Freud himself.
You know, for someone who, like, revolutionized how we think about the mind, Freud had some seriously wild theories. Like, we're talking sex dreams?
Yeah.
And all the juicy stuff that your therapist probably avoids talking about?
Well, maybe not all therapists.
Okay, true.
But you're right. Yeah. Freud, he wasn't afraid to, like, delve into the darkest corners of the human psyche.
Nope.
And that's exactly what we're going to do today.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So we're taking your YouTube documentary transcript.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And we're extracting the good stuff.
The mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing.
The controversial.
Yes.
The stuff that'll make you sound like a total psych whiz.
Totally.
At your next cocktail party.
I love it. All right, so hold your horses.
Okay.
We are not handing out therapy licenses just yet.
Not yet.
But by the end of this deep dive, you'll have a pretty solid grasp.
You will.
Of Freud's core concepts.
For sure.
All right, so
first things first.
First things first.
Freud's origin story.
Origin story.
Okay, so picture Vienna in the late 1800s.
Okay.
It was this cultural melting pot.
Yeah.
Buzzing with new ideas and intellectual energy.
Perfect for brewing a revolutionary thinker.
Totally.
Like Freud.
Yes.
And let me tell you, this guy was a rock star student.
Wait, rock star student?
Yeah.
So you're telling me Freud was a history nerd? I kind of pictured him as more of a brooding, cigar-smoking type. He definitely had that vibe later on.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
He was a brilliant student.
Right.
Drawn to these larger-than-life figures.
Totally.
Almost like he was destined for greatness himself.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of greatness.
Okay.
Freud was also a huge fanboy.
Huge fan.
Of Charles Darwin.
Totally.
And just like Darwin, he was about to drop some bombshells.
Oh, yeah.
That would shake up the world.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's not forget.
Okay.
Freud's little cocaine experiment.
Okay. Like,
you know?
Let's not...
Like for a guy who...
sensationalize it.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair.
Freud's experimentation with cocaine was a product of his time.
Right.
Back then.
Okay.
It was seen as a wonder drug.
Oh, wow.
He even used it in his medical practice.
Right. But even he admitted to getting a little
carried away.
Carried away. Imagine the headlines.
Oh, my goodness.
Father of psychoanalysis has a coke problem.
Okay, let's move on. So this brings us to the birth of psychoanalysis.
Okay.
Freud was using hypnosis to treat hysteria.
Right.
But found it wasn't working for every patient.
So instead of a magic trance.
So instead of the magic trance, he came up with...
He did.
The talking cure.
Right.
Lay down on the couch.
Yes.
Spill your guts. And bam. Instant therapy.
Instant therapy.
It wasn't quite that simple.
Okay.
But the basic idea was to encourage patients to talk freely. Without censorship.
Got it.
Freud believed that through those rambling, those seemingly random associations, you could uncover repressed thoughts and desires.
Makes sense. We've all had those moments where something just slips out and we're like, where the hell did that come from?
Exactly. Right. Those are Freudian slips, as we call them now.
Yes.
Can be pretty revealing.
It can be.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to the good stuff.
Okay.
Sex dreams and the unconscious.
Okay.
But this is what everyone's really here for, right?
Let's be mature about this.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
For Freud, the unconscious was this hidden reservoir of desires.
Okay.
Many of them
Yeah.
sexual in nature.
So basically, Freud was saying that deep down.
Well, he was a bit more nuanced than that.
Okay.
But he did believe that our sexual urges play a huge role in shaping our personalities and driving our behavior.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What about dreams?
Okay.
Did Freud think that they were all about repressed sexual desires too?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Freud saw dreams as a form of wish fulfillment.
Okay.
But the content is often disguised in symbols.
Okay.
So to understand a dream, you have to decode those symbols.
Got it.
And uncover the underlying meaning.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay, let's analyze together.
Yeah.
What about the classic dream
Yeah.
of teeth falling out.
Oh, that's a good one.
What do you think that might symbolize, listeners?
What would Freud say?
What would Freud say?
Freud would probably say it relates to feelings of powerlessness or loss of control.
Interesting.
Maybe anxiety about aging or feeling inadequate in some area of your life.
Got it.
Welcome back, psychoanalysts in training.
We're back.
Ready for round 2.
Round 2 with Freud.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So before the break, we gave you that juicy,
very juicy.
think like for a challenge about analyzing a recent argument.
Yes. We asked you to dig beneath the surface, uncover those hidden
Freudian motivations.
What did you discover, listeners? Did anyone unearth some deep-seated resentment? Or maybe even a touch? Of ethical rivalry?
I'm betting some of you
probably
uncovered some pretty surprising stuff.
Oh, yeah.
About yourself.
For sure.
And that's the power of psychoanalysis.
It is.
It helps us understand not just our own behavior, but also the hidden dynamics in our relationships.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like having X-ray vision.
I love it.
For the human psyche.
Speaking of X-ray vision. Let's dive into.
Let's do it.
One of Freud's most controversial concepts.
Oh, yeah.
The Oedipus complex.
The Oedipus complex.
Yes, the one where everyone supposedly wants to
do.
Kill their dad and marry their mom.
Okay, maybe not literally.
Okay.
But Freud did believe that children develop intense, often unconscious feelings for their parents. Okay, so he saw these early childhood relationships as a blueprint for our adult relationships. So basically, our love lives are all screwed up.
It's not quite that simple, but Freud did believe that these early attachments can influence how we approach intimacy, trust, and even conflict in our adult relationships.
Makes sense. I mean, who hasn't had some baggage?
Oh my God, everybody.
From their childhood creep into their love life.
Exactly. And that's why understanding the Oedipus complex can be so insightful.
For sure.
It helps us see how our past experiences, even those we're not consciously aware of, can shape our present behavior.
And speaking of past experiences, didn't Freud have some issues?
Maybe.
With his own parents?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the guy was obsessed with sex and death.
There's got to be some childhood trauma in there somewhere.
Well, we can't psychoanalyze Freud himself, but he did acknowledge that his own personal experiences and struggles influenced his theories.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But let's not forget, Freud wasn't without his critics.
No.
Some people thought his ideas were too focused on sex. Too dark.
Too dark.
Too weird.
Weird. Absolutely. Yeah. Freud's theories were groundbreaking.
For sure.
But they were also deeply controversial.
Totally.
And some of his ideas haven't aged well.
Right.
To put it mildly.
Yeah, like the whole penis envy thing.
Oh, God.
I mean, come on, Freud. Women are way too awesome to be envious of a penis.
It's important to remember that Freud was a product of his time.
Right.
And some of his views reflect the societal norms and biases of that era.
So it's all about critical thinking. Right?
Yes.
Taking what's valuable from Freud's work.
Leave the bad.
And leaving the outdated stuff behind.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about the Oedipus complex, the critics, the controversy. But let's get back to one of the most fascinating
Look at the good stuff.
Aspects of Freud's work.
Yeah. Dreams. Ah, yes. The royal road to the unconscious.
Love it. That's what Freud called it.
So what was he getting at?
What was he getting at?
Was he saying that our dreams are just random firings of neurons?
I don't think so.
Or was there something more to them?
I think there's something more.
Yeah.
Freud believed that dreams were a window into our unconscious desires, fears, and conflicts. Things that we repress during our waking hours can emerge in our dreams, often in symbolic form.
So it's like our brains are trying to tell us something. They are.
Yeah.
But in this cryptic, bizarre language that we have to decode.
Yes, exactly.
And Freud believed that by analyzing symbols and themes in our dreams, we could gain insights into our deepest selves.
Okay, let's analyze together. What about that classic dream of being chased?
Being chased. That's a good one.
What would Freud say about that?
From a Freudian perspective,
okay,
being chased in a dream could represent a feeling of being overwhelmed or threatened in some area of your life.
Okay.
Maybe you're avoiding a difficult decision or feeling pressured to perform in a way that's causing you anxiety.
Interesting.
It's like your subconscious is saying, hey, pay attention to this. Something's chasing you.
Yeah.
And you need to deal with it.
And that's why dream analysis can be such a powerful tool.
It's a powerful tool.
It can help us identify and address those underlying anxieties that we might not even be aware of during our waking hours.
That's right.
All right, let's put our Freudian skills to the test.
Let's do it.
With another
challenge.
Think like Freud challenge.
Okay.
Imagine a friend who's constantly complaining about their job. They're miserable.
Yeah.
But they refuse to quit.
They refuse to quit.
What would Freud say?
That's a great question.
And a perfect place to pick up when we return for part 3 of our deep dive into the mind of Freud.
All right, welcome back to the final act.
The final act.
Of our Freudian extravaganza.
Here we are.
We are knee-deep in the unconscious.
We are deep.
Sifting through dreams and desires.
That's right.
And hopefully, you haven't run screaming for the hills just yet.
Not yet.
So we left you.
We did.
With a real head scratcher. Our friend.
Yes. Stuck
in a job.
In a job.
They hate.
Let's analyze together, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay. So what would Freud say?
Okay, what would Freud say?
About this classic case.
About this case.
Of career stagnation. I think first, he'd probably bust out his magnifying glass. And take a closer look. At those early childhood experiences.
Those early childhood experiences.
Maybe our friend had a demanding parent who instilled in them a fear of failure. Or a need. For constant approval.
That could definitely manifest as a reluctance to take risks.
Totally.
Or make a change. Even if it means staying stuck in a miserable situation.
Or maybe they had like a super chill, hands-off parent. And now they're subconsciously seeking that same lack of responsibility and structure in their adult life.
That's an interesting angle. It's like they're recreating those early dynamics in their career, choosing comfort and familiarity over growth and challenge.
It's amazing.
It is amazing.
How much of our adult behavior can be traced back to those formative years.
To those formative years.
Isn't it?
It really is.
And let's not forget about Freud's favorite topic.
Here we go.
Sex.
Oh, sex.
Oh, here we go again. Is everything about sex with this guy?
Well, not everything. But Freud would definitely be interested in exploring the role of libido in this scenario. Remember, libido is that primal life force, that drive for pleasure and satisfaction.
So maybe our friend is stuck in a rut. Because their job isn't fulfilling their libido.
Like they're not getting any creative juice.
Okay.
Or intellectual stimulation from their work.
Exactly.
Or maybe their job is actually draining their libido, leaving them feeling depleted and unmotivated to make a change.
Damn, Freud. You've got an answer for everything.
I know.
But you know, for all his wild theories, he did make some pretty profound contributions.
He did.
To our understanding.
Totally.
Of the human mind.
Of the human mind.
Absolutely. He opened up a whole new way.
A whole new way.
Of thinking about our inner world.
Yeah.
The power of the unconscious.
The power of the unconscious.
And the impact of our early experience.
Of early experiences.
He also made it okay to talk about.
Yeah, he did.
The messy, complicated stuff.
The complicated stuff.
The desires, the fears, the anxieties that we all have.
Yes.
But don't always want to admit to. Right? He helped destigmatize mental health.
Yeah.
And paved the way.
For sure.
For more open and honest conversations. About our inner struggles.
About our inner struggles.
So what's the final takeaway from our Freudian adventure?
From our Freudian adventure?
What do we want our listeners to walk away with?
I think the biggest lesson is that we're all a lot more complex than we realize.
We realize.
There's a whole hidden world operating beneath the surface of our consciousness.
Of our consciousness.
And by understanding those hidden forces, those unconscious desires and fears,
yes,
we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our behavior.
It's like we've all got
this
secret Freudian decoder ring that we can use to unlock the mysteries.
To unlock those
of our own minds.
Exactly.
Right? And by applying those Freudian principles. Analyzing our dreams. Paying attention to our slips of the tongue. Exploring our early childhood experiences. We can gain valuable insights.
We can.
Into why we do the things we do.
Yeah.
Why we feel the way we feel.
And
how we can make more conscious choices. In our lives. So there you have it, folks.
There you have it.
Freud in a nutshell. Or maybe a giant overstuffed cigar box full of
mind-blowing,
controversial,
and sometimes downright disturbing theories. Either way. It's been a wild ride. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for listening.
On this deep dive. Into the world.
Of Sigmund Freud. And remember, the next time you find yourself in a heated argument, a bizarre dream, or a job you absolutely hate, ask yourself,
what would Freud say? You might just be surprised.
Right?
By the answers?
By the answers you uncover. Until next time.
Keep it Freudian.
Keep it Freudian.